Most of us think that liars give themselves away because they act nervous when they're caught, but that is not what a trained detective looks for. They don't look for nervousness, they look for change. You see, the thing that exposes a liar isn't what they do under pressure, it's how differently they act compared to their normal selves. Now, the most unsettling part for most of us is that we have no idea what our normal baseline looks like. Let me give you a couple examples. So imagine somebody who normally talks with their hands a lot. They're very expressive, they're very loose, they're very animated. You probably know people like this. And then a serious question comes up, and suddenly their hands are locked down together at their sides or on their lap. They sit perfectly still. They start to speak slower, maybe more carefully. Now, nothing about that looks guilty. In fact, that doesn't look suspicious at all. It looks like, wow, this person's really calm under pressure, but it's completely different from how they normally act. Another thing that trained detectives will look for is when somebody's telling the truth, they will typically interrupt themselves a lot. They're going to go off on small different tangents as they're telling the story, or they might say, wait, no, no, that's not right. And then they'll fix it mid sentence. But when somebody's lying, the story comes out way too clean, way too controlled, almost like it's been rehearsed. Like, this is the safest version of the story I can tell. You see, the truth is messy and lies are often overly edited, overly rehearsed. So, like, if you were to ask somebody, where were they? When did this happen? They might say something like, yeah, I think maybe that happened right before lunch. No, wait, no, wait. Maybe it was right after lunch. That might be somebody who's telling the truth, where somebody right off the bat is calm and cool. No, it happened at 11:48, right before I sat down for my lunch. That seems a bit too rehearsed. Now, if that person normally talks really fast and interrupts themselves all the time, and then suddenly they're being interrogated or they're being asked a serious question, and they're very calm and they're very cool and they have all their details together, they're probably lying. So it's not nervousness that detectives are looking for, it's change. But from what? Do you know what your baseline is?